and these translations can be found in a blog called Transfer, if I pronounce that correctly.
Yeah.
Please.
So huge responsibility to be after Nicola, who I admire very much even before meeting him. So, but then his first poem introduced me very well because anyone can read, let's say, anything in any way, their own way. So the first poem is a poem weirdly enough in English about some childhood memory. So it is a true story. We read it in English with an Italian accent, but yet again I wrote it with the same accent. So, and it's dedicated to the memory of my grandmother who raised me. The title is Gas Bottles. Facing the only upward slope of our gas-stop-driven small town, my grandmother would ride half its length. Then she'd get off her chow moped, the pedal Pegasus of the unlicensed. My helmet-free childhood, sitting on the back rack, going through the motions and jumping off with the last stride. And off we pushed, uphill, she holding the handlebar and I from the back, up that steep alley named after Grandpa's surname, her husband, the same she never adopted in official documents. We forced 10 or 15 liter heavy sky blue gas bottles up the hill, resting them in the front of the moped, where one of any grandchildren would stand in times of leisure. But this was business, and off we pushed, and lifted the bottles to customers' kitchens, sitting atop of merciless successions of steps. I guarded the rings, the tiny but essential rubber seals, which when prompted I promptly present to connect the bottle to the burner, of needy and useless, witch-like old ladies with greyest and most complicated hairdos. Let them free, and their locks would reach their buttocks. Digging in my pockets, I entertained myself fitting the rings around my miniature fingers, when hit by the tedium of adult conversations about people I did not know or care about. If lucky, you'd get some chocolate, but always you'd fly back down the hill with the bottle, the empty, and the colorful note displaying far too many zeros for its value, inflated, just like my self-worth after helping. So, the second poem is a very short poem that I wrote originally in Italian about a memory that I had the first time I came to, the first time I ever came to England in 2000 when I was 15. And I went to one of the study holidays in Brighton, and I witnessed this scene that was really unfamiliar for me because I'm from a very small town in Italy. So this is the scene I witnessed. The title is Al Guinzaglio. Brighton, England, 2000. Un triste cane attende il suo padrone, fuori da uno spaccio di liquori. Nei suoi occhi canini, un ubriaco pregusta la temporalità dell'abbandono. And I attempted a self-translation into English, which is even less successful than the original poem itself, but for the English speakers. The title is Leashed. Brighton, England, 2000. A sad dog is waiting for its owner outside an off-licensed shop. In its canine eyes, drunk, foretastes the timelessness of abandonment. Last one, Source of Great Pride, is my translation of Baudelaire into my native language, finally. My first language, Dialetto Bresciano. I know there are two people from my province in the room. Anyone else from Brescia? Oh, great. So, our dialect has got kind of a reputation of being quite harsh in Italy, I think. But one of my projects is to debunk this myth, because also our language can be poetic. I hope to demonstrate this. So my dream is to translate the entirety of Le Fleur du Mal into our dialect, which is quite difficult. And the Anche il ciel base sgiufen pesa come querciol, sull'anima lamentusa tormentata da lunghe noie, e dell'orizzonte l'embrasaso tutto il circol, el geversa en de neger, amo più triste che la notte. Quanche la terra la diventa un cavernù umid, do la speranza come un pipistrel la va a sbattere contro il mur con le sue alette timorose, e la si rebatte il co incontra un soffit marsento. Quanche il piov e la besò a cadene infinite, e le compagna l'inferiade de una gran prisù, e una popolazione muda de ragni schifus la riva d'estendere i sofili detera al nostro cervello. Töten d'un colpo una scampanada la salta so furiosa, e la casa son del ciel nusa d'una spaventosa, compagna delle anime perdide e senza paese, che ostinade le fini spie de lamentas. E dei long car d'amor, senza tamburei, senza cansu, giù a giù i passan della mia anima, la speranza sfinita la pians, e il malesser cativento comandù sul me cos basat elgen pianta una bandiera negra.